Hi everyone, today I'm sharing a video on the topic failure to thrive. First thing we need to remember is the term failure to thrive is a descriptive term rather than a diagnostic term. Second thing, it is used up to the children up to the age of 5 years. Another thing, it is used for the children whose physical growth is less than the growth of the peer group. Then it refers to the three things we need to remember is either the weight of the child is below third or fifth centile, or if the child is not gaining weight over a period of time, or if suddenly there is change in rate of growth that has crossed the two major centiles. या तो वेट पहले से कम था या फिर गेन नहीं कर रहा ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम या फिर ही वॉज गेनिंग बट सडनली देर इज चेंज इन द रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ. Another thing, the failure to thrive can be of two types. It can be organic or it can be non-organic. Organic if there is certain underlying medical disease, and non-organic if there are psychosocial factors which are leading to failure to thrive in the kid. Now, if we discuss the etiology of failure to thrive, that can be organic or non-organic, or sometimes there is coexistence of both the thing, organic factors and non-organic factors. Organic we refer to the child in which there is some underlying medical condition that is leading to failure to thrive, and non-organic, that is psychosocial, is found in 80% of the kids, and it occurs because of the emotional deprivation or caloric deprivation of the child. Now we talk of the non-organic causes in 80% which is found. So main cause is PLED, that is PLD, that is either there is poverty, or there is lack of knowledge about what to feed and how to feed, or if there is lack of breastfeeding, or there is faulty feeding, or if there is dysfunctional relationship between the parent and child. That are the causes of the non-organic, that is purely psychosocial factors. And if we talk of the organic failure to thrive, that occurs when there is some underlying medical disease. Now it can be involving any kind of system. The child may have GIT disorder, CNS, CVS, depending. Now if suppose in GIT we discuss like gastroesophageal reflux disease is there, malabsorption is there, inflammatory bowel disease is there, or in CNS like cerebral palsy, mental retardation. In cardiovascular, congenital heart disease is there. In renal, like renal tubular acidosis, chronic kidney disease. If we talk of endocrine, there may be diabetes mellitus or hypothyroidism. Talk of pulmonary, it can be cystic fibrosis, it can be asthma. In infections like tuberculosis, HIV, or sometimes like genetic causes like inborn error of metabolism or chromosomal anomalies are there. And another other causes can be there which can be the cause of the organic FTT. Now we will see the degree of failure to thrive. We decide the degree, that is mild, moderate and severe, on the basis of the weight for age, height for the age and weight for height. So for that we need to calculate the weight of the child, height of the child or length of the child, and also we need to see the growth chart for the weight for the height. And on the basis of percentage of median, we decide whether it is a mild variety, moderate variety and severe variety. Then clinical features, if we see, they usually present with the poor growth, poor development and poor cognition. Now, if we see how to proceed in a child who is presenting with failure to thrive, so we need to take a detailed history, then we need to do the physical examination. Then what we need to do is we need to observe the parent-child interaction and their relationship with each other. Then if we are thinking of the organic, if there are some clues we are getting towards the organic cause, then we need to do the lab investigation. There are certain initial lab investigation which we need to do like CBC, ESR, urine microscopy and culture, stool microscopy and culture, renal function test, liver function test and serum electrolyte. These are initial. Another also for leading to a particular diagnosis, we may need further investigation to establish the diagnosis. If you are thinking the organic, if it is non-organic, the child will respond to the proper feeding, proper care, the child will respond.